Okay, episode 3. What have we got in store for ourselves this time? Let's hit start. So, thus far we have had Desolate and Warframe, and today we will be adding to that list a game called Juno New Origins. Juno New Origins. I look at this page and I do not know what to make of it. It's called Juno. It's got a space rocket. You would assume something to do with what, like the Jupiter system, maybe? There's a space station there, or a spaceship. Looks like we're on a planet with a car. There's a biplane, propeller plane for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on in that picture. So that's interesting. It's a very small game, 726 megabytes. Let's get it on. I will say that I am quite happy so far because Warframe I haven't played in a long time. Desolate I'd never even heard of. Juno New Origins, again, never even heard of. This whole series is working out pretty well for me so far. Until I came into this wanting to try games that I hadn't played but I owned, and that's working out pretty good for me so far. And when I can catch up on a game that's been in a live service environment for 4 years and I've not touched it, that's also a really good thing. So yeah, happy with the way this is going so far. At some point we're going to get into a tranche of games that I have played countless times and I know everything about, and it's going to be a weird kind of thing to review, but yeah, happy with this so far. So time to install. Okay, Juno New Origins. Let's see what this is. Jundrew. Good font. I like that font. There's a nice clean font. I'm getting my typeface nerd out, apparently. Yeah. Oh, big play button that glows. Cool. Career or sandbox? Sandbox. There is no money and no research in sandbox mode. All parts are unlocked, so you can build whatever you want right from the start. That sounds dull. Complete contracts, conquer milestones, and explore landmarks to earn money and tech points. Unlock new parts and capabilities in the tech tree. Yes, that sounds good. Career mode, default or hybrid, which does what? This is the stock career mode. Kind of like career, but with all the neat tools from sandbox mode. We'll go default. I think default is probably the way to go. And I will be called... company name, let's go with my gaming alumnus, Big Red Barrel. Okay, I think I should probably start the timer now. I think that makes sense. Let's go. Congratulations on starting your own aerospace company. It's a tough business, but with my connections I can help you succeed. Please allow me to introduce myself. This is not the right voice for this bloke. Congratulations on starting your own aerospace company. It's tough business, but with my connections I can help you succeed. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Algernon Fizzlebottom. Fizzlebottom. I have recently inherited my grandfather's research company, and I own many technology patents. I don't have time to chase the stars myself, so I have decided to offer incentives to new aerospace companies to help them get started. Let's go to the tech tree and see what I can offer you. That'll be that one up there. Okay. Welcome to the tech tree. Click on the Druidman side. The Druidman side. To see what technology it contains, and then click Unlock. This one won't cost any tech points, so it's a great bargain. Free is a good bargain. Right, so you can earn tech points by completing milestones and visiting landmarks. Use them to unlock new parts and perks. Let's go to the Druidman side. Crew limits. Max number of Druids that can be hired in the current sandbox. What on earth is a Druid? Is this a Druid? I guess. A spaceman is a Druid. A mysterious being that resembles an Earthling. They can be a bit fragile, but are great at exploring and piloting. You can put them into cockpits, cabins, or seats to control your crafts, even when you're out of power. And get them out in flight to have a walk. Okay, so let's... What am I doing? Oh, unlock. There we go. Tick. Now unlock common ground. It is also free. Is that over here? Oh, there we go. So we can drag this around, I get you. Can we zoom out? Oh, hello! It's a tech tree. Common ground. Label displays text for labeling stuff or whatever. I can see this game has a sense of humour. And camera, attach to your craft to add new views that you can cycle through during flight. That's interesting. I still have no idea what this game is, but I like the idea of being able to just attach your own cameras to things. Now it is up to you to choose your path. Do you want to start with Backyard Scientist and build rockets, or start with an RC Enthusiast and build cars and planes? You only have enough tech points for one, so choose widely. Do I want to build rockets or cars and planes? Rockets! Fasten your belts. No, that's not what I need. Oops, what happened there? Tech tree. I hit escape. I went the wrong way. How do I decide to build rockets? Ah, there we go. It's on this same thing here. So RC. Alright, well, let's have a look at what these go down in tech trees, because always worth checking where these things lead to. So a Backyard Scientist. That gets you into rockets, which then... Oh, God, I just want to go back. I don't want to... Right, how do I... Let's first of all figure out, because apparently it's not escape. If I click on Backyard Scientist, how do I then get back out? Okay, I just click outside the menu scope, that's fine. Catch them all. Okay, so parachutes, staging. It's getting very Kerbal. Okay. Orbital maneuvers, etc. I feel like rockets is the correct answer, always. But with the exception of I'm trying to review this game based on its first 30 minutes, and rockets might be a bit too much to get into. A car would certainly be a lot quicker to get up and running, I'm guessing. Again, I still don't know what kind of game this is, but it might be just as complicated for all I know. But actually, you know what? No. As previously stated, rockets are always the correct answer. Let's do rockets. Unlock. Go. Sweet. Okay, I have no tech points left, so I can go back to... I can press the escape key now, I suppose. Career. I have $5,000 dues in the bank. You have a new customer called Buck Marshall. Ah, this is where you'll find contracts. By completing them, you will get money necessary to launch new crafts and better launch locations. You can see your currently available funds at the top of the screen. Okay, so I'll click on milestones. In order to use my patents, I need you to prove that you deserve it. For this, I have set up these milestones. By reaching them, you will earn tech points, which you can use to unlock new technology in the tech tree. You can see how many tech points you have at the top of the screen. Okay, so I got 0 tech points at the moment, obviously. So I have a new customer, which I can say mucho gusto to. And then I got a contract called Vertical Shot, which is apparently going to pay me $5,000 and is easy. This contract has a tutorial. Requirements: launch a new craft, launch from the village launch pad, be under 1 kilometer above the ground, get your rocket's acceleration over 10 meters per second squared. Okay, so escape velocity effectively. Reach 25 kilometers ASL, crash at least 500 meters away from the village. Okay, let's do a tutorial, I guess. You cannot start a tutorial while in the flight scene or while the menu tutorial is running. Accept. You can please finish the tutorial first. I need to go back to milestones, I'm assuming. Press OK. Click the exploration tab. Click on Drew, which I'm assuming is one of these planets, probably this one over here. Here are the landmarks you can visit and additional milestones you can do in each celestial body. You can click them to see more details. Cool. Select the vertical shot contract and start the tutorial. Right, camera and mouse controls are fully customizable in game settings. That's fine, we'll go with default for now. What is going on here? Okay, so we can click around on this. We can, I assume, move. Nope, can't move with that. Right mouse button gives us lateral movement. Left mouse button gives us movement against a specific area. Mouse wheel goes in and out. If I click mouse 3, does that do anything? Nope, same as mouse 1. Not sure how I would go. Oh, that's how I go up and down. Okay. Alright, well. Fingers crossed that's enough. This is the command pod and it's the brain of your rocket. Try to keep it safe. You can't control your rocket without it. Let's build a rocket. The first step is to add a fuel tank below the command disk. Open the part list by clicking on the button with the plus symbol. Add a structural part. Let's build a rocket. Okay, let's get this into a reasonable view and then we'll drag this down to here. Resize the fuel tank to match the desired size, which is flashing green. That is a large rocket. There we go. Now let's add a nose cone to help reduce drag. That makes a lot of sense. And we will bring that up to there. Now connect an engine. And a fin. So I'm going to put you there. We need to resize that so we can bring that down to what's going on here. Okay, so we can do that. This is not the most intuitive controls in the world. Trying to get this down, go down slightly further, but it is having none of it. Let's bring you down to there. You into there. Ah, there we go, that's why. I was already at minimum. Okay, cool. Now we can enable symmetry mode on this fin. That sounds good. Click the symmetry mode. It's currently disabled for this part. Let's enable it. Cycle through modes until you hit radial 4. Okay, so radially, yep, so we're getting some perpendicular all around the shaft. Great! Hit the X. Now let's enable the gyro on the command disk. The gyro can help to stabilise the rocket when it's in flight. Change the volume for gyros to 25%, which is maximum. Close the part properties down, and excellent, you have built your first rocket. Isn't it a thing of wonder? Click the launch button at the top right and launch from the Juno village pad. Press space to activate your first stage. This will activate your engine. Since it is a solid engine, once ignited you won't be able to stop it or adjust its power. Okie dokie. Well, first of all, let's get a look around. Some pretty awful textures going on the cliffs, but on the mountains, but I don't really care about that. Graphics are not my primary concern here, but worth noting, not good. Click this to recenter your camera. Well, that's useful. Okay, let's hit the spacebar. Waiting for engine to ramp up. At the bottom of the screen you can find the main dashboard. Yes, I see it. Ah, nav ball. Those are useful. You can change between AGL and ASL altitudes. AGL is your distance to the ground, or to the water if above oceans, and ASL is your distance to sea level, which can be useful when you go high enough to ignore the terrain, since it better lets you know how close to space you are. This may be my complete lack of experience with rocket engineering or aviation kicking in here, but would AGL and ASL not be completely equal if AGL is assuming oceans as its base? That'd be above sea level, right? I may not be thinking of something. Click on the button on the right side of the screen to show the nav sphere panel. I've already done that. Click the lock heading to enable heading lock. Okay, so that's going to try and lock us into a perfectly straight up situation. You can also change between surface and orbit speeds. The difference between the two is that surface accounts for the rotation of the planet and orbit doesn't. Whenever you target another craft, you will have a third mode showing your relative speeds. Okay. This is all very Kerbal Space Program so far. As you change modes, you will see green arrow in the nav sphere move around. This arrow will adapt to your velocity mode to show you where the forward direction is pointing at. Again, when having something targeted, this will show you the direction of your relative speed. Click and drag anywhere on the blue nav circle until your pitch is set to 70 degrees. Just line up the blue triangle with the flashing yellow triangle. Oh, I see. Grab this and go to, let's say, 70 degrees. Gotcha. Okay. Drag the blue nav circle again until your pitch is set to 90 degrees. A really useful tool for any pilot is the nav ball. The sphere full of strikes and numbers indicates where you are looking at. There's two halves in two colours. The line separating both colours is the horizon. If everything is going fine right now, you shouldn't see it, since your craft is pointing up. And we're off! I seem to be freezing time as I move the camera. Switch to map mode. You also have a map to find where you are. You can zoom in and out and change how it is oriented. It can be really useful. Especially at first when you haven't unlocked the more advanced map view. Oh, okay, I don't pause time every time I mess around with the camera then. Am I moving the rocket? That's weird that I'm... Is that the camera moving or the rocket? Because it looks like it's the rocket. That's definitely the camera moving. Okay, so we are at 20,000 meters above sea level. What was the target? 25 kilometers. Oh, okay, so we've already beaten that. Crash at least 500 meters away from the village. Okay, so we are at some point going to start descending. Right, so we're slowing down, coming down towards 400 meters per second. We're now at 50 kilometers. I'm assuming I can change my pitch at this point. That would massively increase my air resistance. Or at least it should. Well, if there's a lot of air left at this point. And the good news is we're way more than 500 meters away from the village. Okay, we're descending now. So I'm going to put the rocket into a negative 40-degree inclination and see what happens. I suspect that would probably explode, or certainly wouldn't stay. I mean, this is where we test the physics, right? That should be getting torn to shreds by wind resistance as soon as we're back down low enough again. No need to survive this one. God, look at that texture. That is unfortunate. I've got 10 minutes left. I wanna maybe start another save and try out the car one to see what that is like. There we go, we can actually see some movement going on there. Well, we're definitely not going to land at the village. And smash. You've completed your first contract. End flight. And recover the craft. Save flight. It's destroyed. Would you like to save this flight and exit? If you're not happy with that, with what you accomplished this flight, then you could retry undo. No, just... I'm good. Okay, so that was a rocket ship. Here's a big list of new features. Let's go to the menu, do a new game. Cars Incorporated. Okay, this time I'm going to zoom through this and try to get cars. Korea, new customer. Oh, it's Buck again. Oh, so this is going to be an airplane, is it? Okay. Could have sworn it said something about cars. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, change rocket to plane. There we go. Volume for battery. Crank that to 25%. Close the panel. Add in some parts. Click on that. Cloning is quicker and easier than dragging a new part out of the list. Okay, that's fine. So, click, right click and drag the car wheel. Oh, okay, gotcha. There we go. And then do a symmetry. Turning angle to 20 degrees. Torque to 0. Torque to 12.5. Change the gear ratio to 1 to maxify to top speed. Change the motor input to pitch instead of throttle. And close the panel. Maybe it is a car. Now click the launch button. And we're going to go off of the village runway. Press and hold Q to decrease roll to minus 100%. Okay, so that's very well. Not sure what that's doing for me. Press and hold E to increase roll to 100%. Press and hold A to decrease yaw to minus 100%. Okay, and then I'm assuming D for the other direction. Yep, okay. Left shift to throttle up to 100. Sometimes you may find the input of the wheels set to the throttle, but that doesn't let you reverse the car. Let's use pitch instead. Press and hold S to decrease pitch to minus 100. Press and hold B to engage the brakes. If you want to have finer control or to leave an input fixed at a defined value, then you can use the input sliders. Open the add slider panel in the bottom left. Ah, all the way down there. Pitch. Press and hold W to increase pitch. Cool. So you can actually see it. Roll down the end of the runway. Uh-huh. Hello. And plonk. End flight. Exit the flight scene and keep this as an active craft in case you want to resume control of it later. Save and exit. Okay, and then we just continue from there, I suppose. So you want to go through all checkpoints, track distances, something or other. Okay, let's just accept that one. Is that loading me in or not? I've accepted it. I have to hit launch. Visit some locations. Okay, so that's checkpoint 1 of 4. The next one is the upper patio, and I think I'd be mad to not try and do a cool, sweet jump off of this roof. Okay, you know what? Could have gone a lot worse. Although I do seem to be unable to. That's fun. I'm upside down. Might not look it, but I am I'm actually upside down now, so I'm having to press. Everything's in reverse. That's fun. Okay, so try and rewire my brain for everything is in reverse. Okay, so we're going this way. Let's zoom out a bit. Oh, God, reverse, reverse! Okay, there was that patio, so let's go around here. Can I get in from this direction? No, doesn't look like it. We're going around in a big circle again. Reverse. God. Let's go this way. Okay, that's another checkpoint. Must remember reverse. How far can I zoom out? Oh, quite far. Let's try going down this ramp properly, maybe? Oh, there we go. That's the 30 minutes. Okay. Right. Juno. New... What was it called? Juno New Origins. Yes. I can't say I'm enamoured. I get the impression that, much like Kerbal Space Program, this game probably takes a long time to figure out what your kind of competencies are and figure out how to make the most out of the systems that are in place. Unlike Kerbal Space Program, it does not give an immediate sense of awe I do not find myself remotely taken by its aesthetic. It's very, very brief and seemingly off-kilt sense of humour. It just caught me a little bit off guard that it was even trying. The physics in it, I haven't played enough to figure out if they're remotely realistic or not, but I mean, I can't say they're not at this point. So I'm not gonna jump on that at all, because like the physics of this car and the physics of the rocket that I played with seem fine. So yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea. I don't think I'll be playing this game again, because why would I play this when I've got Kerbal I could potentially play? So yeah, it's just like I hate these kind of reviews where you just say like, well, why play this game if there's another game that does exactly the same thing but does it better? But that is exactly where I find myself in this situation. This is Kerbal Space Program without any of the charm and without any of the immediate attention catching. So yeah, little bit disappointed, to be honest. So 1 out of 5 for me. I'm sure that this is someone's cup of tea, but I don't know why that person would not just play Kerbal Space Program instead. And I'm not even sure what other competition lies in that arena. To be honest, I did not know this existed. I did not know that Kerbal had competition in this market. So I'm glad to see that there are at least people out there trying to compete. That is good. Competition is always good. But yeah, this is not the one. So unfortunate, but I'm glad I tried it. I am glad I tried it. And I will be uninstalling it almost immediately after this video ends. So yeah, 1 out of 5, and I will catch you for the next one next time. Bye.